Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lauren, and today I have a really fun video. I'm going to be telling you all about Kindle Unlimited, all about my Kindle, and I'm going to be giving you some of the best Kindle Unlimited books that I've read in the past year or so. For a while, alright, not now, like because I'm in my Kindle era, but if you knew me before, I have had so many Kindles in the past. When I was in high school, I was like, I really need a Kindle. I told my girl, I was like, can you please buy me a Kindle for my birthday? But I was convinced that a Kindle was going to make me read more. I think it was like first when Kindle really like popped off and everyone was getting them. So my grandma ended up getting me a Kindle for my birthday, and I used it for like a month and then I lost it. And then recently, I think it was like a few years ago for my birthday, I asked her again for another Kindle. And here we are. This is the Kindle, I think it's the paper white one. I'm not sure. If I can find the one that it is, I'll write it in the comments. So I first got this and I was like, I'm gonna use it so much. I love it, I love it. And then I went into this phase where I was like, ew, I love to buy books. I love the way they look. Like, I'm not gonna waste my Kindle when I could just have the book in front of me. So this thing was dead for like a good year. And everyone was like, read this book. It's on your Kindle. You can get it for free. And then eventually I was like, you know what? Like, this is a waste. I'm going to use my Kindle. So now I have been really good with keeping my Kindle charged. I haven't read I have read a normal book, but I've just been so obsessed with this the last few weeks. Now I think that I'm a little bit of a Kindle expert, if I do say so myself, and I think that you should read the books that I read on here. So without further ado and that long intro with my Kindle backstory, let's get into the video. I have like all the books right here on my phone. So the first book that I'm going to be talking about is the most recent one that I just read. That is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. But essentially, Say You Swear is a brother's best friend romance, and it's also kind of like a love triangle. I would say it's a love triangle, but I like really enjoyed that. The main guy is so hot. He's the best. I really like this book because of the trope. So it's essentially just like one big friend group, and she likes her brother's best friend, who's also her best friend. But the brother is like super duper protective. So I am gonna say, because there's another book in this video that is also brother's best friend, I find when brother's best friend is done right, it's really good. But I also can find brother's best friend a little creepy, because like me, I have two brothers and they do not act the same way that the brothers in the book do. Because like I know for my experience, like my brother both of my brothers could care less about what I wear, whether it's skimpy or not. So I just find that these brothers in the book are a little overkill. Like, you shouldn't be attacking every single guy that comes near your sister or like telling her what to wear. So just keep that in mind when you're reading it. Like, it's a thin line, and like these brothers cross it. But other than that, while I felt like that, I also really did love it. It was super good. But my other thing about this book was that it felt so super duper long. I just felt like it dragged on for a little. But then once you got to the middle point and you kind of like saw the twist, that helped it move on pretty quickly for the next few chapters. And then once again, like I want to say at like the 80th percent mark, I was kind of skimming and saying like, I really need to finish this book. Like, this is just unnecessary fluffer. Other than that, it was super heartwarming. And again, the main male character is phenomenal. He is chef's kiss. So just for that fact alone, I think you should read it. Moving on to the next one. If you saw my last video, not my last video, but a few videos back, I did Instagram picks my reads for the week. I read The Infinity Between Us. So you kind of know how I feel about that book, but I love that book. So this is essentially a second chance romance. Childhood friends to lovers. They also share a summer house with their families share a summer house. And it's very The Summer I Turned Pretty. And I just think that this book was like really written well. It wasn't super fan fiction-y, as you can tell with some second chance romance. There's like a twist, or like you find out the problem in the past and it's always like just super minimal and you're like kind of like, why are you still dwelling over that fact? But this book did not feel like that at all. The problem was very realistic and justifiable, like anyone would really be mad. I think that's the reason why I really love that book. And again, just like the last book, the main character, the male main character, is so great. He's written perfectly. So I really think that you should read it. It was super fast paced. Like I got through it in 2 days. I think that made it really enjoyable to read. Moving on. I also just read this book, I think last week, and it's All the Little Things by Rachel Lee, I think. And this was another brother's best friend. Again, like I said, super thin line, and if you cross it, it's kind of weird. I really did eat this book up. Like I ate it up. It was super dramatic at some points and like very soap opera vibes, but I sat there like bawling at the end of the book, or like at the twist, and I was like, oh my god, this book is so unrealistic and just like predictable, but I'm like sitting here like I can't put my Kindle down. I'm really glad that I read it. And characters actually work really well together regardless of the brother being a little creepy. He wasn't as creepy as Say You Swear, but he was still like, why do you care that much about what your sister's doing? But also, there is a reason why he should care that much about what his sister's doing. I don't know if you're like me and you eat up dramatic things, like you love drama, definitely check this book out because it won't let you down. Wow, I'm going off. Next book is a tad childish, a tad YA. I think it is YA, but it's 1,000 Boy Kisses. Okay, I know that there are like kind of, I don't know if that many people love this book, but I love it. It was really heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time. I don't want to say too much about it without giving it away, but it really did make me cry so hard. I was like sitting there hyperventilating. Don't want to ruin the whole emotional ending, but I think it is childhood friends to lovers, essentially. And there's heartbreak and there's gut-wrenching events that happen, but it's also just like really sweet. It's a bittersweet ending. That's the word I'm trying to find. It's bittersweet. It was super quick. It's a super quick read. Bianca, if you're watching, my cousin Bianca, I think you should read this book. I'll give it to you the next time I'm with you. I don't know how people don't like this book. Definitely try it, but like I said, go in knowing that it's a little child. If you take away one book from this video, please make it this book. I'm gonna be talking about Mary Jane. I don't know who it's by. I think it's by someone named Jessica Anya Blau. I hope that's how you say it. This book, oh my god. I loved every single book in this video, but I think I love this book the most. It's essentially just about, it takes place in the 70s with a 14-year-old girl. She comes from a super conservative upbringing. She's an only child. She spends time with her mother all the time. She has really no other friends. And one summer, she gets a job working for a family down the street. Now, this family is very taboo, and not many families like this certain family because they're kind of controversial. They don't follow the rules. They're super quirky and different. Like, she had to lie about where she was going to work in the family. Ends up taking the job and she cooks for the family. Like, she kind of teaches them her own ways in like order and like cleanliness. And then I think that the father is a psychiatrist, or he deals with rehab. I don't remember, but they end up taking in 2 celebrities, a husband and a wife, and no one can know. They're like undercover because he has a drug addiction, I think, and like alcohol problems. They teach Mary Jane like so many valuable lessons. Like, they really teach her how to let loose, enjoy rock and roll, and just like the character development is so amazing between every single one of those characters. It's just really great to see them kind of form as a family. It's such a great story, and it's like heartwarming and it's entertaining, and you also get a little bit of rock and roll. Mary Jane's a singer and it's so good. The ending is also phenomenal, so definitely give that a chance. When I found out that it was Kindle Unlimited, I ate that up because I was like, I have to put this in the video because I think everybody should read this book. Okay, now I'm going to give some thrillers. Okay, I'm gonna try and keep these short because I hate talking about thrillers without wanting to spoil it, so I'm going to keep these short. But the first one I'm going to talk about is Rock, Paper, Scissors. Again, this is another one that I was so happy that it was Kindle Unlimited because everyone should read this. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I love this book. So it's just about like a couple. The man, he has no facial recognition, so he can't see faces. And him and his wife are on the rocks. Their marriage is like going downhill. And the wife wins a trip to a cottage. Plot twist, the cottage is in the middle of nowhere and it's snowing and they can't leave. And there's just a bunch of thrilling and sharp little twists that I think keep you really entertained. And I tried to rack my brain and kind of predict these twists and like the ending, and I really couldn't. So Alice Feeney is a god for that. Definitely give that book a try. It's super, super entertaining. Next, I just read this in my last video. Not last video, I don't know why I keep saying that, but in my Instagram video. It's The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Another really, really good one. I enjoyed it a lot, but I did kind of find it predictable because it's like, I don't want to say the ending, but it's just predictable, but it's written super well. It's about an ex-convict who is looking for a job, and she gets offered to be a maid for a wealthy family. And since she's an ex-convict, she can't get many other opportunities, so she's forced to keep this job even though the woman is essentially psychotic. It's really good. There are a few twists that you won't see coming, but the ending was super great, so that made it worth reading. Definitely check that one out because I think you'll enjoy it. Honestly, I think that everyone and their mother is reading The Housemaid right now, so you probably have read it, but if you didn't, check it out. All right, last book, and then I will shut up about the Kindle. I want to talk about The Wife Between Us. I read this about 2 summers ago. Yeah, so I lied in the beginning when I said that I read these recently. I read this about 2 summers ago. And it's just your quintessential husband and wife, and there's another woman involved. This book is kind of long, I believe, but it's also super entertaining. I loved kind of hearing about the woman on her own, and then the husband, and then the other woman. And you see so many different point of views that I think it's really entertaining while reading. For me, this book, the ending was kind of predictable yet unpredictable because it's like your typical thriller that you read about the other woman, but but it was super entertaining. Although the book is a little long, there are parts, and the parts are separated, so it keeps it flowing. You know how like sometimes there's like part 1, part 2, it keeps it flowing, so I think you'll be pretty intrigued. I feel like I don't really see many people talking about this book besides like women my mom's age, and I think that you should read it. If you do, let me know, because again, like I don't think I see many people talking about it, but I love it. It's perfect to me. It's great. I didn't finish this book, but I just want to kind of include it in the video. I'm currently reading on my Kindle, of course, Never Lie by Frida McFadden. Sarah recommended this book to me, and she said like it keeps you on your toes, and it's super sick and twisted essentially, and I'm not gonna see the ending coming. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram at Lauren's Reading Corner, definitely do so because I'm going to review this book. So if you don't get it in this video, you'll get it in my Instagram. Like I said, I love my Kindle right now. I feel like I didn't shut up this video. Oh my god. So I think that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening to me ramble for like 20 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know some other videos that you want to see from me. Hope you love my little setup too. And my new camera. Like, shut up about the camera. If you don't have a Kindle, I suggest getting one. Let's see if my Kindle phase lasts longer and this doesn't stay dead for another year like last time. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Subscribe. Bye.